It was the year of the gathering, the time when the Council of Mages convened to rank all the magical families in New York City according to their abilities. Many families had been preparing for months, eagerly anticipating the results that would determine their future. But the anticipation was filled with fear for James and his girlfriend, Chloe. As a moderately magical family, James and Chloe's families had always been somewhere in the middle of the list. It wasn't enough to garner any special attention, but it wasn't low enough to face the council's wrath. However, this year was different. The council had tightened its grip, and the penalties for being in the bottom 5% were harsher than ever before. As James and Chloe sat in front of the live stream broadcast of the gathering, they held hands tightly, hoping that their worst fears would not come true. One by one, the names of the families were announced, and the rankings were displayed on the screen. James's family was still in the middle, but as they waited for Chloe's family's ranking to be announced, their hearts were racing. Finally, the announcement came, and their worst fears were confirmed. Chloe's family had been pushed to the bottom 5%. James felt a lump in his throat, knowing that the council's enforcers would soon take Chloe and her family away. But James refused to give up. He knew that he had to do everything in his power to save the woman he loved. With the help of his magic, James began to plan their escape from the city. They knew that crossing the bridges into New Jersey was a dangerous proposition. The council's enforcers were watching every exit, and the few who attempted to cross were either killed or captured. But James was determined. He had to try. With Chloe by his side, James set out on the journey that would determine their fate. They used every ounce of their magic to evade the council's watchful eye and make their way across the bridge. They traveled by night, hiding in abandoned buildings during the day, and eating scraps of food to survive. As they finally reached the other side of the bridge, they collapsed, exhausted and barely able to stand. But as they looked back at the city, they knew that they had made the right choice. They had defied the council and survived. Now, as they began their new life in New Jersey, James and Chloe knew that they had to keep a low profile. They had to hide their magical abilities and blend in with the non-magical population. But they were together, and that was all that mattered. As they walked away from the bridge, James and Chloe took comfort in having each other. They knew that they had defied the council and survived, and that was something that no amount of magic could ever take away from them.